I kind of realized not too long ago that I'm not a futurist, right? I'm not the kind of business strategist who says, I've got a crystal ball. Let me tell you what's going to happen 10 years from now, because I don't know. And actually, I don't care. I'm an entrepreneur, right? I've started a lot of companies, I've helped a lot of companies. I care about how I can outperform my competition today. So my entire career has been a series of exercises where I do deep, typically first party research on customer behavior, and then combine that with my work as a strategist and an advisor to figure out what lever you can pull now for the next 24 months to have a competitive advantage until your competition figures it out. Then they level up. Then you've got to go find something else that you can do before they figure it out. So at one point, I told people that the competitive lever was social media. At one point, content marketing. At one point, empathy. At one point, word of mouth marketing. And now, based on my most recent research, the competitive lever that you can and I think should deploy for the next 24 months or so until I think everybody will have to do it is speed and responsiveness. It is almost universally the case that when people lose business in a competitive situation, they think they lost because of price. We always think it's price. I've been doing this for 30 years. It's almost never price. But we tell ourselves it's price because that is psychologically easier to admit to ourselves. Well, there's no way they could be a better business. The only way that we can lose is if they're willing to do it for less. The reality is your competitors are just running a better business. We don't want to have that conversation with ourselves, so we just say that it's price. But I'll tell you one of the secrets is my good friend Rory Vaden, who runs Brand Builders Group, which is one of the greatest personal branding consultancies in the world, has a saying that I really tried to follow. Rory says that your ideal audience is the person that you used to be. And there was a time when I didn't know anything about tequila. Now, it's been a while, but there was a time where I didn't know anything. And so what I try to do as often as possible is create content for that version of me. When I started doing this 13, 14 months ago, one of my observations, Amy, was that there already were, I don't know, 5 or 6 tequila education accounts out there on Instagram and TikTok. But universally, they were like tequila nerds talking to other tequila nerds. And that's definitely interesting and as content that I personally prefer. But if you do the math on this, in the US, there's 40 million Americans have at least one cocktail a month. That includes tequila, 40 million, typically margaritas. But that's kind of your addressable audience is 40 million people.